Good afternoon, ladies. Welcome to our now third session in our positive group mindset meetings. And to start off this session, we've been talking about mindsets in the last few weeks. I just want to get us thinking about this question here. Think of a time you were given a challenging task, okay? And then how did you accomplish this task? So I just want you to take a second, think about that, and then when you're ready to share, maybe just put your hand up, indicate that you're ready to share. Yes, Erica.
So my English teacher gave me an essay that we had to write, and I didn't do the work in class because I didn't know what to do. And then I went to my older brother and I told him what I needed to do, and he helped me. He showed me how to plan the essay, and so that's what I did. And then I wrote an essay.
Very good. So what you're saying is you asked for help. When a time you came into a little bit of a challenge, you weren't sure what to do, you asked somebody. Okay, wonderful. Anybody else?
I was really struggling with math, so I had a math assignment, and what I did to improve was I attended tutoring. It did work, so I did get to improve.
Okay, so again, you sought out, when you were having a challenge, you sought out assistance, you asked for help.
Yes.
Good.
So I had a project for my science class for a lab, and I waited until the last minute, and I got a really bad grade on it. And so the next time that I had a project, I really wanted to do better, so I made sure that I made like a list of things that I needed to do, and I made a schedule for myself.
So you planned ahead that second time. You made a plan. When the first way didn't work, you tried something different. Very good. Joy?
All right, so last week in my art class, we had our notebook due, and I hadn't really spent much time on it. And normally I would just not do it because there's too much to do. So I decided this time I would just find all the papers I could and get them together and turn something in. And I actually did pretty good, and I'm just glad I actually tried instead of just giving up.
Okay, so you committed to trying it. You knew you didn't have everything, but you gave it what you had. Very good. So ladies, it sounds like when given some challenging tasks, you were able to use positive thoughts. You were able to change your mindset and work towards accomplishing those challenging tasks, correct? All right, well with that said, let's move on to our third session by reviewing what we did in our second session last week when we met each other. So just a little bit of review from last session, just to kind of keep everybody on the same page. We discussed our goals for this group, and I'm going to reference our poster here real quick. Last week we discussed these goals, and we wrote them up on our positive mindset poster. So I just wanted to know that we did put those up on the board. We did a definition, a group, we worked together, we came up with that definition of group mindset, or of positive mindset, what mindsets are. And then we did take the positive versus fixed mindset quiz. We're going to talk about what were your results in just a minute, okay? But let's start off, let's just check our poster. Let's remind ourselves what our poster is all about here. So we did name ourselves in our first group meeting, the Positive Mindset Group, POD, representing our Jaguar pride. And then we did, in our very first meeting, establish some group goals and norms and rules. So let's go over the rules and norms first, just as we do every meeting. Be respectful to others' times and opinions. Take turns speaking. You guys have all done that very well. Listen carefully to others. Again, we're going to respect each other's time by being on time, and you all did a fabulous job the last few weeks of doing that. No cellular devices. We've talked about that in order to keep this meeting between the group members and to keep ourselves focused on the task at hand. We won't be using our cellular devices. And then we're going to be positive and stay supportive of each other's thoughts and opinions. And then we worked on our goals last week. First goal, use what we learned in the group to improve ourselves. Number 2, work to create better mindset skills. We've been working on that the last few weeks. Work to put our words into action. And I love that you shared your stories today about that. And then understand that our mindset is a powerful tool for learning. So those are the goals we came up with last week, and I just wanted to remind us of those. In addition, I wanted to remind us of what we decided our definition of mindset would be. And this we worked on as a group last week, and we came up with this. The set of beliefs, attitudes, and ideas about yourself or others. So how you see and think about others. Okay, we still okay on this definition?
Yes.
Now back to the quiz. At the very end of our second meeting, I gave you a quiz. And I asked you to be honest with your answers. And then I gave you what the numbers added all up to. You guys came up with your grand totals. And I had you circle those numbers. And I told you that we would discuss that at the beginning of meeting 3, which here we are. So what I want you to look at here is these are what the breakdowns are. So if you fell between 45 and 60 points, you're in a pretty strong growth mindset right now. If your number fell between 34 and 44 points, you're a growth mindset, but you do still have some of those fixed mindset tendencies in place. Fixed mindset to some growth mindset is anywhere between 21 and 33 points. And then if you were a strong fixed mindset, you're between 20 to 0 points. So what I would like you to do is, if anybody is willing, would you like to talk about your results?
I'll go first. I got 35 points, so I've got the growth mindset with some fixed ideas. I wish it was higher. I was kind of disappointed when I saw my score, but I'm just going to work harder in the meetings coming up to get a better score later.
Very good, John. Anybody else want to share theirs?
I got a 34, so I have 34 points, and it looks like I am also with some fixed ideas as well. So, I mean, it's towards the top, but I still need to keep working.
I got 33 points, and I thought I would be higher also, so I'm a little disappointed. But I have a fixed mindset with some growth ideas, so I guess that gives me something to work on.
I have to share.
You can always pass, of course, Erica. We respect the right to pass in this group, and if you would like to pass this time, no worries. Just be aware that next time we may ask you to share again. Okay? So we talked about this a little bit last time too, ladies, and we were talking about the idea of how we perceive our abilities is very important to our mindsets, right? It plays a key role in your motivation and your achievement. And specifically when we're talking about that, we're talking about our achievement in the classroom, and we're talking about our achievement in things that we set out to accomplish. If we can change our mindsets, the belief is that we can boost achievement, and students who believe that their intelligence can be grown will develop this growth mindset and outperform what they believe is possible. And the same can be said, though, about fixed mindsets. If you're fixed in the way you think about things, you believe that your growth is indeed fixed, your intelligence is fixed, and there's no way to learn new items. So we've been talking about this in our group, and we've been working on this idea of growth mindset and believing that we can grow our intelligence and change the way we think about things. So just to review what we've been talking about growth versus fix. So what research says? Well, research says growth, students realize that intelligence is developed. It's something you can grow. Where a fixed mindset believe that intelligence is a fixed trait. So if we believe this is what the research says, what does it sound like? So the next question is that I'm going to ask you, ladies, to participate in is, what does it sound like? So I have prepared here these little cards in on-member phrases, okay? They're either fixed or growth mindset phrases. So what you're going to do is work together quickly, ladies, and you're going to make 2 piles. One that's growth, one that's fixed. Okay? Do we understand what the directions are? Mm-hmm. All right, ladies, there you go. Work together. Read those over quickly and quietly, and then work together to think whether you think those are fixed or growth.
I can't make this one. made
fixed.
mistakes.
Mistakes we learn.
Is it fixed?
It's all fixed.
Okay. I'm not good at this. Probably fixed as well.
Mhm.
And then last one, I will learn that sounds like.
Ladies, do you need just a few more minutes? Are we ready to go?
We're ready.
All right, so this is what we're going to do next. We're going to quickly share what we find. So when we are sharing out, let's determine whether we think that is something that would be a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, okay? So let's start over here. Ladies, for you, some of our growth mindsets. So it says, we will learn how to do this. And you said? Growth. Very good. That is a growth. Next one, I am determined to learn this. You said? Growth. Excellent. I can always improve. Growth. Next pile, these must be your fixed.
Yes.
All right. I am not good at this. Fixed. You believe that you are not very good at it? Chances are you won't be very good at it, correct? All right. I made mistakes. Fixed. This is too hard. Fixed. I can't make it better. My friend can do it. Fixed. The assumption is my friend can do it, but I can not. Okay? I can't do this, and I can't make it better. Very good for your fixed pile. Ladies, would you like to share yours?
Yeah.
Give me your growth and your fixed.
Growth.
Okay? Joy, would you like to read those?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Is this really my best work? That's a growth. Because obviously you can do better.
Okay.
There is always a plan B. That's growth because you know that there's something else you can try to do.
Very
Not
good.
give up. Mistakes help me learn. That's a growth because you're willing to try and actually do it wrong to keep, to keep going.
Very good.
I will use a different strategy. That's growth because you're going to try something else. What am I missing is another growth because you're recognizing that there's something that maybe you haven't done and that you're going to try to do it. I will learn from others as growth because I'm not going to look at other people as maybe they're better than me, but they can help me be better. This may take some time, so I'm going to take the time to actually do more work.
Very good. And then you're fixed. If you'll read those.
Yeah. So plan A didn't work. That's a fix because you just stop if something doesn't happen, like you're not going to keep going. It's good enough is fixed. You're not willing to do more or try harder. I will never be smart. That's fixed because you're just giving up on that. And then I give up is fixed because you're not going to try anymore.
Excellent. What do you notice about your words? What do we notice about our words here?
Oh, I will, like that. There's things that you will do to do better. And then I can't. I'm not. Like it's almost like you're just not willing to do anything.
Not willing to do it or willing to give it the shot. Do we think that our words are powerful? Do we think they're a powerful determination of whether or not we think we can do something?
Yes.
So our words, if we change our words, the thought is you will change your what? You will change your mindset. So what I want you to do as we consider this, as we think about how powerful our words are, this week for homework, as we're coming to an end of our meeting here, I want you ladies to consider your words. And on this little sheet of paper with the instructions on there, it says every time this week that you think about changing your words, when you're faced against a challenge that you know it's going to be a challenging task, and you think to yourself and you pause to think, which words am I going to choose? Every time you take the opportunity to change your mindset, go from the fixed mindset and you intentionally change it to the growth mindset. I want you to write it down on your recording sheet. And then when you come out next week, just like we did at the beginning of this week, we're going to share. So we know we've shared at the very beginning of the meeting the time where you were able to do that. So we know that you were able to look at those challenges and take them on, but this week I want you to make it an effort to focus on your language. Focus on going from our fixed mindset to our growth mindset. Any questions, ladies? No? Oh, I look forward to hearing about your progress on your growth mindset, and I look forward to hearing you share about how you were able to look at your language, change your language, and choose the growth mindset over the fixed mindset. So, any questions? Thank you for your time, ladies.
Thank you.